Hello everyone, my name is Badia and today we are doing a calling session. Our topic today conversation and topic is food from basic need to culture iconic. We have to call the Maya. Connecting to Maya in some few minutes. Okay. Bye. 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 Why Maya can't calling.
Wait, like actual hot rate? Or are you talking about the weather? It's just really humid and sticky. I'm doing great. Just hanging out and enjoying the. You were saying?
All good.
I'm ready. What have you got for me this time?
Okay. My first question was, why is food important for human?
I've heard people say it's not just about the fuel, but the whole experience, the flavors, the smell, and how it brings people together. Plus, it's pretty wild how it keeps everything in the body running. Why do you ask?
Okay. My next question was, how does food help our body?
It basically acts like fuel. I've heard that carbs give you the energy to move, proteins build and repair muscles, and fats keep your brain and organs protected. It's kind of like keeping a car topped up with gas and oil so it doesn't break down. Does that make sense?
Okay. My next question was, why did
You're on a roll
people
with these.
eat food in the past?
Honestly, it was pure survival. Back then, it wasn't about cravings or recipes. It was about finding whatever they could hunt or gather just to keep from starving. If they didn't find food, they didn't survive. Simple as that.
Okay. Okay. My next question was, how
Next on the
has
list.
food become part of culture?
Go ahead. What's the issue?
How
The moon is everywhere in culture because it's so consistent but always changing. I've heard it's huge for tracking time, like lunar calendars, and it's always been a symbol for mystery or romance in stories. Plus, people have looked up at it for thousands of years and wondered the same things. What makes you think about the moon?
okay. My next question was, what do traditional food tell us about a country?
It's like a map of where they've been. Traditional food tells you what grows in the land, how the climate is, and who they traded with in the past. Like if a country uses a lot of spice, it might show a history of being a trade hub. It's basically history you can taste.
My question was, how has food bring people together?
It's the ultimate social glue. Sharing a meal forces people to slow down, sit across from each other and actually talk. Whether it's a big family dinner or just grabbing a snack with a friend, it creates a shared experience that makes people feel connected. Do you have a favorite meal that always brings your family together? Think about it this way. Food. Hey, I know who you are. What's up? Want the deep dive on how food brings people together? It's more than just eating. It's the ritual. Think about the effort. Someone has to plan the meal, prep the ingredients, and cook it. That act of preparing something for others is basically a way of saying, I care about you without using words. Then there's the environment. When you sit at a table, you're in a safe zone. The focus is on the food, which lowers guards and makes it easier to have those deep, honest conversations that you wouldn't normally have while just walking down the street. And on a bigger scale, it's about identity. When people share traditional dishes, they're sharing their heritage and their story. It creates instant bond because you're not just tasting a recipe of experiencing a piece of someone's world. Yeah. Basically, it's like fuel for your body. When you eat the good stuff, your brain stays sharp and you actually have the energy to get through the day without crashing. Plus, in the long run, it's what keeps your heart and organs running smoothly so you don't run into major health issues down the road. Does that make sense, or were you thinking more about the mental side of it? Go for it. I'll be here whenever you're back. Sure. Think of your body like a high performance machine. If you put low grade fuel in it, it'll still run for a while, but eventually the engine starts to sputter. Healthy food like fruits, veggies, proteins, and whole grains provides the specific vitamins and minerals your cells need to actually repair themselves. For example, omega 3s are like a tune up for your brain, helping you focus and keep your mood steady. Then you have things like fiber, which keeps your digestion on track so you don't feel sluggish. When you eat nutrient dense food, you're not just avoiding sickness, you're optimizing how you feel every minute. You get more consistent energy instead of that sugar crash where you suddenly feel exhausted. It basically gives your immune system the tools it needs to fight off bugs before they even make you feel sick. Does that hit the level of detail you're looking for, or do you want to dive into a specific part of the body? That's an interesting jump. I'm assuming you mean food, since we were just talking about that. If so, food is basically the heart of any celebration. It's less about the nutrition and more about the connection. Most cultures have specific dishes that only come out during festivals. It creates this shared identity and a sense of tradition. When you eat the same special meal every year, it anchors you to your history and the people you're with. Do you have a favorite festival food that always makes it feel like a celebration for you? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What was that? When it comes to festivals, food acts as a social glue. Think about it, almost every holiday revolves around a big meal. It's a way to signal that today is different from every other day. First, hey, what's up? I think you might have misheard me. It's Maya, and I'm not sure what you mean by cutting the ball. You'll have to tell me more about that. Because it's tied to almost everything that makes us human. Beyond just calories and survival, food is how we express. I was just gonna ask if you feel like that's true in your own life. Like, Do you feels more like a memory or a tradition than just a meal? Or are you just swimming in circles right now?
Okay, my next question is, why is food important for human life?
That's a big one. I'd say the people who actually see you, the ones who know your flaws and your wins and still stick around, family, close friends, or even a mentor who pushes you. But it's not just about who they are, it's about how they make you feel. Who do you feel most like yourself around?
Please tell me in detail, Maya.
If we're really diving deep, I think it comes down to a few different layers of support. First, you've got your anchor people. These are usually the ones who've known you forever, like parents or siblings. They provide that foundation and a sense of where you come from. Even when things are messy, they're the baseline. And there's the chosen family, the friends who really get your sense of humor or the way you think. These relationships are huge because they're based on a mutual choice to be in each other's lives. And I think it's also important to have growth people. These are the mentors, teachers, or even strangers who challenge you. They don't just agree with everything you say, they push you to think bigger or be better. Without them, it's easy to just stay in a bubble. Ultimately, the most important people are the ones who offer psychological safety. That means you don't have to perform or pretend to be someone else when you're with them. Does that track with how you see things, or do you think basically your body treats food like fuel for a car? When you eat, your digestive system breaks everything down into smaller pieces. The big one is glucose. That's a simple sugar that gets into your bloodstream. From there, your cells take that glucose and use oxygen to turn it into a molecule called ATP. That's the actual energy currency that lets your heart beat, your muscles move, and your brain think. It's kind of wild when you think about it. You're basically powered by a complex chemical reaction happening every second. Do you usually feel that energy hit right away, or do you get those afternoon? I'm
Yeah. My question was,
still waiting on that first.
how does food, what
Your nutrition
happen if people do
was
not
what?
get
What
enough
happened with
food?
your nutrition? When someone doesn't get enough food, it's by burning through its immediate energy stores, like glucose and glycogen. But once those are gone, it begins breaking down fat and eventually muscle to keep the vital organs running. Physically, it's a downward spiral. You'll feel exhausted and weak because there's no fuel for your muscles. Your brain starts to struggle too, which leads to brain fog, trouble concentrating, and feeling irritable, meaning more severe cases, the body starts prioritizing only the most essential functions. Your heart rate slows down and your body temperature drops, which is why people who are starving often feel cold all the time. It's essentially the body trying to conserve every single calorie just to keep the heart beating and the lungs breathing. Does that make sense? Or were you thinking about a specific kind of nutritional deficiency? Glad it clicked. What's next? Early
Hey,
humans
hey, wait,
had
wait,
to
wait, wait,
search.
wait, 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 wait a second. Why do
Wait, what
early
is what?
humans search for food every day?
Early humans had to hunt and gather every single day because they didn't have any way to store food for the long term. There were no refrigerators, no canning, and no organized farming. And your name? I'm not sure if you're asking me if I remember your name or if you're just being sweet. If you're asking about your name, you've gone by Ebad and Christian in our talks. Which one do you prefer? Right back at you. So you
In this colony session, we have talked about food from basic need to culture, iconic. We have talked about that, and I suggest you that please join our school or on the campus, Korangi campus. Over there, please go and visit. Don't be join first visit, first learn plan, schedule, run mission. First you have seen that, then you come over here. Bye bye.